Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of This Week in Real Estate. And if you guys watched last week, it was kind of extra long, almost twice as long video, just because it covered about 2 weeks worth. But at the end of that, I thanked everybody, as I normally do, for watching. But those of you that made it all the way to the end will now be greatly rewarded, because at the end of it, I kind of put out there, if you comment below, something silly, your favorite cereal, as it was, and comment below, and I would send out some gift cards. So that's what I'm going to do. And those who actually made it all the way through and commented were Pam and Jennifer, Karina, John, Chris, Dawn, Lori, Ashley, Brian, Nikki, and my mom. So be expecting here in a couple days in the mail a gift card to Texas Roadhouse. So thank you. Enjoy a basket or two of rolls on me. So now on to the stats. Kind of similar from the last few weeks. Delaware County currently has about 83 homes currently for sale, with 187 pending. So kind of in comparison, for sale is down, pending is up. So things are coming on the market and they're getting accepted offers on them pretty regularly and pretty quickly. So Randolph County is basically the same, 20 homes for sale with 34 currently pending. So kind of what we've seen over the last couple months. So nothing big, no big changes there yet. So if there is a change, tune in and I'll explain, I guess, why, my thoughts on that. But nothing changed right now. On to the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the good side of things, we got our Albany listing pending. We had tons of showings and 3 offers in the end. They got that one pending. The inspections are next. Those are being scheduled right now. Speaking of inspections, we're through inspections on our South Street listing in Parker City, waiting on title work, and then we'll close that one. And then a buying side also in Parker City on Washington, also through inspections on that, so we are well on the way. That one's going to have an appraisal, so that's the next step, is to get that appraisal done, and then we will close that one. Other good things, got some pictures back, or actually not quite yet. Maybe those were them. Nope, not yet. Pictures back from a new listing in Muncie that's going to come out at the end of the week. But we had Hoosier Property Media there yesterday, so a big shout out and thank you to those guys and gals for the work they do. And then I was in Union City the other day, and it was another situation I think I've described before, where someone was just kind of needing some guidance. They had some projects yet to do, but yet they kind of wanted to move reasonably quickly and didn't know if they should finish the projects, how they should finish the projects, how does that affect marketability, price point, things like that. So that was a good meeting with her, and we'll see kind of what she decides to do. And so that may turn into a listing sooner rather than later. We'll see. I don't know yet. And then we were also able to finally close a property in Muncie on Parkwood. And this one was directly affected by COVID from the very beginning, and essentially was pending for the past year. Yes, you heard that right. The past year it was pending and waiting to be closed. So seller Andy, he was very gracious and patient with everything and wanted those people to buy it. And so we worked with them this entire time to try to get them to this point, and we finally did it. So congratulations to everybody on that one, and we got that one finally wrapped up. So a couple of good personal items. We had a ton of baseball again and more coming up, so that's always fun, even though it's kind of cold and wet. Still enjoy being out there with kiddos and doing that stuff. And then also the kids this weekend had their kind of their year end, the wrap up of the Youth Symphony Orchestra, and so we had a little concert there at Ball State, and so yeah, that was good. Moving on to the bad would be our Liberty Street listing. If you remember, we had a couple showings, a couple offers. Well, those buyers backed out yesterday. So I think, I'm not in their head, but it sounds like cold feet, basically. I mean, yes, contracts are in place, and you know, with all contracts, they are enforceable. But you know, it's really difficult to say, no, you're going to buy this house and we're going to force you if you really don't want to. And so they're choosing not to perform. And so that means, if you want to get technical, their earnest money will go to the seller because of that, and then we'll get this thing back on the market and get somebody else interested. So that's the bad. It's a kind of a hitch in the giddy up to have to go back through all that again, but that's what we're going to do. So. And then moving on to the ugly, you know, I like to keep everything as light as possible, but you know, sometimes in life that's not possible. So the ugly would be, and I'm sure you've seen maybe people posting about Nathan Daniels on Facebook and his prayer visuals and stuff like that. So he's in our youth group. He's a freshman at Monroe Central, went to school with his parents as well. So they're facing a pretty big surgery coming up, and it was supposed to be yesterday, postponed to Wednesday. And so yeah, that's the ugly part of life. But I do know there's a ton of people out there, you know, praying for him and his family, able to help out, you know, in any way we can. So if you haven't seen any of that stuff on Facebook yet, you know, just go ahead and contact me. I'll get you in contact with some of the organizers as far as meal trains and donations, things like that. So moving on. So coming up, I do have a closing here in about an hour on Angling Road. So we're wrapping that one up. And like I said earlier, we're finalizing that Muncie listing, getting the pictures back today. I'll be out later this week doing that. Looking at a couple rentals. Sorry, the phone is loud. Looking at a couple rentals to get on the market here. We'll look at those tomorrow. Have some showings lined up as well, and then again, more baseball. Have a tournament coming up this weekend, and then hopefully if things dry out, we can actually get the garden in sometime this week. We have not been able to do it, which is fine because it's still frosting, it seems, in the morning. So no harm, I guess. So that's about it. So again, I appreciate you tuning in here for the past 8 minutes or so. And I do enjoy any comments, any funny things, or any suggestions. You know, I'll take those too. If there's a topic you want me to talk about, I'm working on a little series about different varying topics. So yeah, feel free to comment below, or just reach out to me directly. So once again, appreciate it. We'll see you next time.